2,300 years ago, a man with no army, no money, and no royal blood took down one of the most powerful empires in India, and installed a teenager on the throne. His name was Chanakya. And the same principles he used to build an empire? A modern author named Radhakrishnan Pillai took them and turned them into a practical playbook for your everyday life: how you wake up, how you handle worry, how you prioritize, how you grow. In this video, I'm breaking down the first section of Chanakya in daily life, the personal life chapters, into 7 lessons you can start using today. Stick around until lesson 5, because it's the one that changed how I handle stress completely. Let's get into it. Here's the core idea running through this entire section of the book. Before you can lead a company, a family, or a nation, you have to first master yourself. Lesson number 1: how you wake up decides how you live. The very first chapter of the book is literally called Waking Up, and Pillai makes the case that your first thought of the day sets the tone for everything after it. Think about the greeting we use every single morning: good morning. We say it automatically, but Chanakya's teaching is to actually mean it. To consciously decide, before your feet hit the floor, that today is going to be good. Practical application. Before checking your phone, take 60 seconds to set an intention for the day. Replace another day with a specific, deliberate thought, even something as simple as, today I will finish X. Keep your first hour phone free if you can, protect it. This isn't about toxic positivity. It's about not letting the first input of your day be random: a notification, a headline, someone else's agenda. You decide the frame. Chanakya knew that a scattered start almost always leads to a scattered day. Lesson number 2: schedule silence like it's a meeting. This one surprised me. Pillai dedicates a full chapter to something called silent time, deliberately setting aside time each day to sit with no input at all. No phone, no music, no conversation. Chanakya was famous for his ability to think several moves ahead, and Pillai argues that's not a talent you are born with. It's a byproduct of regularly giving your mind space to actually process instead of just react. Why this matters for you? If you are a trader, an entrepreneur, or a professional making decisions all day, you are constantly reacting to inputs: the market, your inbox, your notifications. Silent time is the counterbalance. It's where your best decisions actually get made. Actionable step. Block 10 to 15 minutes daily, no phone, no distractions. Just sit. Let your mind wander or settle. Do this for a week and notice what surfaces. Chanakya used this kind of stillness to plan strategy that took down an empire. You can use it to plan your week. Lesson number 3: know your Swadharma, your own duty. Pillai draws heavily on the concept of Swadharma, a Sanskrit term that roughly means your own right path or your own duty in life, as opposed to imitating someone else's. Chanakya's teaching here is blunt: doing your own duty imperfectly is better than doing someone else's duty perfectly. In other words, stop comparing your career, your money, your progress to someone else's path. Their Swadharma isn't yours. Actionable step. Write down one area where you've been copying someone else's approach instead of building your own. Ask, does this actually suit my skills, risk tolerance, and goals, or am I just imitating what worked for someone else? Lesson number 4: not everything deserves your time today. Chanakya was a master strategist because he understood something most people never learn: you cannot do everything today, so you must decide what actually matters today. Pillai's chapters on this topic boil down to one practical habit: separate what's urgent from what's important, and stop treating your to-do list like everything on it carries equal weight. The priority filter. Ask 3 questions about each task. Does this move me toward my actual goal? Will this matter in a week? A month? Am I doing this because it's important, or because it's just there? Actionable step. Tonight, write tomorrow's to-do list, then circle only the top 3. Chanakya-style thinking says, do those 3 well before you touch anything else. Lesson 5: stop worrying, convert it into action. Here's the line from the book that stopped me cold: worrying is like a rocking chair, it moves but does not go ahead. There is action, but no progress. Read that again. You can spend hours worrying and feel like you are doing something, but you haven't moved an inch. Chanakya's approach to worry wasn't to suppress it or pretend it doesn't exist. It was to immediately convert it into a decision or an action. If you can act on it, act. If you can't, release it, because worrying about what you can't control is just wasted motion. The worry to action method. Name exactly what you are worried about. Ask, is there any action I can take on this right now? If yes, do it. If no, consciously set it down. Chanakya didn't get to build an empire by rocking in place. Neither will you. Lesson 6. Commit to continuous self-improvement. Pillai's chapters here echo a core Chanakya principle. Self-improvement isn't a phase you go through, it's a permanent practice, like brushing your teeth. Chanakya himself was constantly studying, reading, observing, and refining his own thinking, even while advising an emperor. He never treated his knowledge as finished. Practical application. Keep a daily journal, even 3 lines, to track what you learned that day. Reread material that mattered to you. The book itself pushes this. Rereading is how the ideas actually stick. Treat every mistake as data, not a verdict on your ability. Actionable step. Start a simple end-of-day habit. Write down one thing you learned and one thing you'd do differently. Do this for 30 days and you'll have a written record of real growth. Lesson 7. End the day with reflection, not just rest. Just like the book opens with waking up, the personal life section circles back to closing the day intentionally, reviewing it instead of just collapsing into bed. Chanakya's wisdom here is about closing loops. An unreviewed day is a day you can't actually learn from. You just move on to the next one, repeating the same patterns without noticing them. The evening review. What went well today, what didn't, and why? What's one thing I'll adjust tomorrow? Actionable step. Before you sleep tonight, spend 3 minutes on these 3 questions. It's a small habit, but it's the difference between repeating your mistakes and actually compounding your growth. Let's bring this together. If you do nothing else from this book, do these 5 things, take a screenshot. None of this is complicated. That's the point. Chanakya's wisdom was never about complexity, it was about consistency. If this video added value, smash that like button, it helps YouTube show this to more people who need it. Subscribe and hit the bell. I'll be covering the professional life and family life sections of this book next. Chanakya built an empire starting with nothing but discipline and self-mastery. You don't need an empire. You just need to start with today. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. This is Guide to Wealth, where powerful ideas meet practical action.